So we're back. I am here with these 3 cars in front of me, and they're Tune Class cars that have some very good parts on them, especially this guy. That's 2017 G Cup carbon on it. This one has a lot of FRP on it, but the main piece I need is back here. And this one has a carbon fiber piece right here, and maybe a few other things like the springs, maybe rollers, setup, weights I could use. So all of these cars have parts that I can use, and for this next idea I have. And to let you guys in on the idea, it's to build another one of these guys, which is an FMA car, or use this Super 2 chassis and give that a go, like an FMA style Super 2 chassis. But I'm really leaning towards building another FMA car because I had a lot of fun doing so, and I actually figured out the whole method of the process and how to do a good FMA build. But yeah, so these are what the cars look like as so, and well, here we go. I'm gonna take them apart. Alright y'all, so here we are with a new build. It's kind of a revision build of what I just built. So, just built this guy. FMA, definitely out of my realm of expertise, but because of so much information out there on the YouTubes and Instagrams, I was able to build myself a very nice FMA car successfully, and I had to take apart 2 other cars to do so, but totally worth it. And here I am again with an option to do the same thing. So I took apart 2.5 cars. It's 3 cars, but taking parts from 3 cars to make one nice open class car, and all 3 of these cars were previously Tune Class cars. So I'm gonna switch this camera and show you my pile of parts that I just accumulated, and I think it will help me get this project started at least. But we're gonna do this slowly, step by step, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Alright, this is my messy pile of parts. I know many people don't like working like this, but kind of used to it. I grew up working like this. There's a little bit of pile of parts, and then it feels organized for me, and then I go to sorting out my chassis and so forth and so forth. But yeah, this piece right here, H piece, I'm gonna need for the rear, so I took that off. These are the nice J Cup carbon fiber pieces I pulled from a kind of like B-Max Tune Class car that I had. But I'm gonna be using these guys for the stays. This is gonna be for the HP, like I said. I needed this piece for the front, so I could I need to cut this piece up, this other H piece for the front. And now I got one. Where's the other? I'm supposed to have 2 carbon popsicles, but at the moment I am missing a carbon popsicle. Oh, I'm not. Actually, I have carbon popsicles right here. I haven't taken but I got myself my 2 carbon popsicles. 1, 2 for the body damper. And I feel like I'm going to be choosing from this FRP piece. Well, this one's the same, so I think I'm gonna take one of these FRP pieces, and that's gonna be the cross section of the FRP, or the body damper, the cross section of the body damper. And yeah, so that's the main gist here of what we got going on. And I didn't have to pull these extra wheels and tires, but I did so anyways, just to give me a little bit of option of what color wheels and compound tires I want to run, since they are pretty nice. These ones are really low offset, so I might go with these. But yeah, these are all the parts, and I'm gonna get started with finding my kit to get this whole project actually going, because without a chassis, kind of pointless. Welcome back, y'all. So you remember I previously said in the last video that Ravi was very wanting to make her own open class car, and I recommended for her to do a FMA since it doesn't require any cutting for suspension, and it was just more cutting for fiberglass and carbon fiber, and it was very to the point, pretty step by step, and a lot of it is glued together. So anyways, my point was for her to give a go at her own open class car, but sadly she had to go home and, you know, do real life responsibilities other than Tamiya stuff. So I took upon myself and cut the parts out. Went pretty smoothly. Got them laid out here. Wanted to show you guys. But yeah, pretty excited to get this build on the road and pretty much done with. This was the last of it. I already assembled most of the rear. I just had to cut out a couple more pieces for the rear of the car, but now that everything is sorted and processed, I wanted to turn the camera to the parts and show you how beautiful they turned out. So hopefully you enjoy. Check it out. Hey there, good looking. Anyways, here we are with the build as it sits. I have this piece back here pretty much for no reason. I just kind of mounted that back there. So yeah, anyways, besides that, that's how it's sitting for right now. I have now here all the pieces that I processed. I really love how this J-Cup front FRP turned out. So there you go. That's pretty much all the parts needed to build this guy front end meaning the FRP, the front stay, the underguard, the reinforcement piece right here for the body damper, and yeah, then you have your whole front pretty much set. And then for the rear, I cut these two pieces right here are going to be bolted onto the rear, and then this is going to be my brake. So it's going to be like this. Yeah, pretty straightforward build, very simple but yet effective. I'm trying to go for lightweight, since you know, some of my other cars are more in the not heavy range, but not as light as I would like them to be. But this is what I got so far, and these are the pieces all processed. We're gonna get to mounting the phone up, and you're gonna see a time lapse of me slapping everything together. So here we go. Alright, y'all, so I'm here back with real time. No more time lapse. Wanted to show you where I'm sitting with this guy, and I'm pretty happy so far. The hinge is kind of similar to the other setup, just a little different. But this is where I'm sitting with the build at the moment, and I'm pretty excited about it. Feels very light. It's all very simplistic, so I wouldn't doubt if it's anywhere close to what my other one is weighing, which is around like 95 grams, which is amazingly light. So anyways, back to work. We back, and here's the finished product, y'all. Thinking it's winter. I used some scrap piece from a Thundershot body I'm using on what used to be Iron Man over here. So I grabbed this, I kept it, and I wanted to do this like truck theme, and it ended up working out. The hardest part was not really hard, just figuring out the height was the most, I guess, difficult part, but got it nicely mounted with some lock nuts. This guy is a little heavier than the other, sorry, this one's a little heavier than the last. This one weighs around 112, and this guy I would believe was below 100. Okay, it was at 103, so it's still very light. So they're both pretty light, but for sure my truck here at 112 weighs a little bit more. Very excited about the build though. I can't wait to go and test it, see how it jumps. I added, for everyone that is wondering how it has this rebound, it doesn't stay any more down because for a rebound usage, I did this big rubber band to go across, and so when it goes and activates, it gets basically it rebounds off of the bottom there. Yeah, and that's how I set up this guy as well, and it works great. They're not just regular rubber bands, they're silicone rubber bands, and you gotta get the right size or it does not activate right. It'll be too stiff and then it'll just like keep it from going up and activating, period. Or if it's not stiff enough, it just won't throw the body damper back down when you need it to be working, obviously. So this is just another version of that guy over there, but with all these orange parts I took apart basically two in the previous clips you've seen here, those 2.5 Tune class cars to build this one. And for that one over there, I took apart about two Tune class. Well, it was one open car that really wasn't very good, and then another Tune class car that I really liked, but preferred to have an open class car with all these parts. So that was the goal, and it's in spec and all. Let's see here. Oh, grab some stickers on accident. So since I don't have the metal board, I use this guy. It works just fine, but one of these days I'll pony up and get the metal board, but for now it's in spec. So very happy with that. Roller width is always in spec. That's an easy one, and it's actually a little shorter than I expected it to be. It's very slightly. I believe this one is also in the same dimension. I think it's actually a little longer. I don't know. Same. Yeah. It's the same. So that's it. FMA. Who would known? It's kind of funny on my open class cars. A funny fact is that both these chassis that I am running now, the FMA and the MS chassis, I never liked from Tamiya for the longest time, but for some reason I have gravitated towards my dislikes and made them into some awesome race cars, and hoping that they're gonna be as awesome on the track as they look. If you guys have any questions or anything, please comment. Don't forget to subscribe.
Good.
Yay! Completion! We are back. Yeah, we're excited because the cars are back together. I broke this guy and that guy the last time we were here, and they're both the FMAs, both the cars, but both of them broke into areas that I expected. On this one, broke on the body dampener at the joining part right here. Just got unglued, so not really broke, just unglued. Re-glued that guy and redid a few things. Just look-wise, I also narrowed the spacing of the rear rollers some. But I feel like this one's running, or this car now with the few settings that I changed, that I put a little heavier weights on the side.
I put this little carbon fiber here, did some purple anodized lock nuts instead of the regular steel ones. But yeah, I feel like this, oh, and these tires are back on. These are the super hards. So I feel like this setup is much better and consistent than the last. So let's hope it stays in. There's a couple laps. Ew. Winner, chicken dinner. Can you help me here? Thank you. You got it. You can do it. Yes.
I wasn't sure where, because it doesn't show the circle part, but it just have the little twist right here.
I know, it's so odd, right?
Yeah.
It's
more easier
honestly, it's the easiest one out of all of them to turn on and off. But you approve? For sure.